Now I am standing on the end of the northern dock here at a gorgeous place called Lac la Nonne. Lac la Nonne is actually relatively close to Edmonton. It's on the northwest side. It's only about 100 kilometers from here. And to be honest, I didn't even know about the lake until I got invited here by Lac la Nonne Adventures. They do rentals of a cabin that's kind of on the east side of the lake. So we're gonna go show you guys what that cabin looks like. They also do rentals for paddle boards and kayaks. And this is also a perfect place for fishing as well. The only thing you can't catch here is walleye. And in the winter, if you want to do ice fishing, they have a shack. It's a good fishing lake all year round. You could also rent the Airbnb and come to the public dock here. And if you have your own boat, you could drop it into the water and then use the cabin for a couple of days and then park your boat there because they have their own little dock there as well. I've never seen this many types of water birds all in one area, which makes sense because this is a huge lake. So if you're into bird watching and taking photography, this is kind of an awesome spot. What I didn't realize until I got here is that this place has a whole lot of history. Lac la Nonne was part of the Klondike Trail, which actually started at Fort Edmonton and went all the way to Fort Assiniboine. This place was so popular that by 1912, there was homesteads around the entirety of the lake. So it got developed really quickly, mainly because it was kind of like a hub. Anybody who wanted to travel from the North Saskatchewan River up to the Athabasca River, they also crossed on the Klondike Trail. So let's head out like these guys are doing here and show you guys what the rest of the lake looks like. Right now, we are in the far southeast side of Lac la Nonne. And this is one of 4 boat launches that we could find, at least public ones. So this one has a gorgeous little day use area, and then there's bathrooms right over there. And there's a few picnic tables in here, and it's just a basic opening. So this is boat launch number 1 here at the far southeast corner. We found another one at the Williams Beach. It's right beside the Killdeer RV camp. It's kind of hidden, and I think it's mainly for the people that kind of live in that area. That's kind of like in the south center. And if you move a little bit closer to the northwest side of the lake, you're gonna find the Christina Beach. And there's another big RV park kind of in there, and then there's another boat launch there. And the 4th boat launch we found is where we started the entire video, kind of in the middle of the little town, right at Klondike Park. That one's kind of bigger, there's a way more space. We did discover a little bit more signs about the history of Lac la Nonne here. Back over 100 years ago, the Hudson's Bay Company built a trail that kind of crosses through here, because if you wanted to transport goods, you would do it through canoe. So they used the North Saskatchewan River, and then they also used the Athabasca River, and this trail kind of linked both together. This got fairly popular where there was a school here, and there was like a kind of a small community. As railroads and all these things kind of developed and roads got a lot better, I think a lot of these smaller areas aren't as developed as they used to be. So let's head back out on the road. We're gonna show you a little bit more about the remnants of the Klondike Trail, and then we're gonna head out to the Lac la Nonne Adventures and show you what this awesome little cabin looks like. This is kind of a cool little stone that they put here. Pembina River crossing dedication plaque over here. You can't tell from the camera angle is here, but right behind me there is the very windy Pembina River. In 1824, the Hudson's Bay Company decided to make a portage trail in between Fort Edmonton and Fort Assiniboine. And this trail crossed right through here. And in 1898, is kind of when they discovered gold in the Yukon. So this trail from Fort Edmonton now came through here and through Fort Assiniboine and went all the way out the Peace River, and this was known as the Klondike Trail. And this here was obviously the Pembina River crossing on the Klondike Trail. So back in the early 1900s, George McDonald operated a store here. So I think some people might have called it the McDonald Crossing. And then they built a post office here. It was built in 1905, and it was Reverend Telfer that operated the post office. And he was from Belvedere in the UK. So it kind of got renamed the Belvedere Crossing. Even if you look on Google Maps to this day, it's still marked as Belvedere, this whole little area. So this little Klondike Trail shows how important Lac la Nonne was to the area and also to the Hudson's Bay Company, and how we developed this entire area here over 120 years ago. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Still right beside the Pembina River. After using part of the Klondike Trail, the roads developed and we got a little bit better at getting around using automobiles instead of horses, and we built better bridges that actually help us cross the Pembina River a lot easier than what I used to do 100 years ago. Well, look at this quiet and peaceful place right now. I am sitting in the backyard of the Lac la Nonne Adventures. Almost a perfect backyard if you want to have access to a lake. 2, 3, 4 big swings you can sit on. There's a fire pit in the middle, nice grass area leading all the way up to Lac la Nonne. There's a tiny little dock. It heads out maybe 20, 30 meters all the way out to the boat. The Lac la Nonne Adventures here, they do rentals here. So if you wanted to rent paddle boards or the kayaks, or there's a pedal boat, there's even an aluminum boat here with a motor that you can rent if you want to go fishing. So if you come here and rent the cabin, you'll have access to renting all of that stuff as well. And right in behind me there, that's where we're staying tonight. Corey and Megan, their house is literally right there. So if you ever needed anything, a quick text, or you could just walk over and knock on the door and they'd be like, oh, they can help you out. The main entrance is on the side back there. And when you walk into the cabin, the dining room and the kitchen is right there. And there's the bathroom in front of you. And then on your right-hand side, there's actually a washer and dryer if you need to do some laundry. It sneaks right into the living room. And then there's 2 bedrooms at the back. There's one little bedroom that has 3 bunks, and then the other one has like a queen bed. It leads out to the far back over there. So the main bedroom has a little porch. There's actually some shade from that huge tree that's there. It's quite nice. And they even have a barbecue at the back. And this place is kind of set up for more than just that. Corey right now is in the process of building kind of like a little bar at the back. If you want to do a get-together, like let's say for a family reunion or a wedding, you'll be able to accommodate all of that stuff here. And one thing I did notice hanging out here is the birds. There's geese, there's ducks. I had to shoo away a few Canada geese just to shoot here this morning. But it is kind of crazy how there's so many birds Sitting here early in the morning, I can hear hundreds of them. They're all over the place. Obviously, when the sun comes up, that's when the birds come out to get the early worm. Very neat, very, very neat. This is Lac la Nonne, a portion of the lake right in front of Lac la Nonne Adventures. And I'm Eric Tremblay, and these are my adventures. Peace out, everyone.